Good morning, everyone. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. Good morning, everyone. There we go. It is a joy to welcome you to Newman Lumen on this Thursday of Holy Week, also in the midst of Passover. So find ourselves in the middle of many spring religious observances. So appreciative to each of you this morning for taking some time out of your day to be here. I'm Reverend Julie Tonneson. I serve as one of the chaplains here at the Truett Center, and Newman Lumen is one of my favorite Elon traditions, so it's a joy to be able to share it with y'all this morning. We are so pleased to be able to welcome a handful of folks, either currently or formerly affiliated with CCM, to offer our music this morning. Anthony Cancro is a Elon and CCM a grad and currently serves as a director of music over at Blessed Sacrament Church. Maria, who's a music intern, will be singing as well. And Maria and Anthony, that's it. So help me to welcome Maria and Anthony this morning.
What a beautiful day. And I told Kiara the sun is shining just for her this morning. I'm excited to hear. My name is Sandra Reed, and I am a senior lecturer in human service studies. And I'm here just to say a few things about Kiara. Things that you already know. She is a human service studies major. She's a senior. She's doing her internship with the Catholic Campus Ministries. She's a multi-faith scholar, she is a leadership fellow, and she was recently inducted into Phi Beta Kappa, so she is a scholar, really. But what I really would like for you to know about Kiara is this, is she's a beautiful human being. Yeah, she's just a beautiful person. She's kind, she's caring, she loves her friends and her family very deeply, and her faith keeps her centered. I feel like the world's a better place because Kiara is in it, and she has definitely enriched my life. So it's my pleasure to introduce her to you.
Hello, all. Thank you for being here today. I'm honored to have been asked to share some personal stories with you today about how I'm turning walls into windows. Remember that that is the theme, and it will come up throughout the talk, so don't be confused when I start bringing up walls and windows. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kiara Cronin. I'm a senior hailing from New Jersey, represent. And like Professor Reed had already said, I'm majoring in human service studies, minoring in leadership studies, interreligious studies, and French. Part of the Isabella Cannon Leadership Fellows cohort, class of 2025. Woo. I'm doing undergraduate research with the Multi-Faith Scholars Program, and I'm a veteran servant leader for Catholic Campus Ministry, and currently interning with them this semester, and that covers the bulk of my engagement. So throughout my time at Elon, I've been able to take advantage of study abroad programs offered to us by going abroad on 3 separate occasions. Fall of 2023, I spent the semester studying abroad in Paris, France. This was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, which might say a lot considering where this story is going. There were so many areas of discomfort for me in Paris, such as communicating in French, living with a host family, and most especially getting sick. I think we can all relate to the feeling of just wanting to be cared for when we're not feeling well, either by our parents or our grandparents or someone we love who can comfort us. And my host family was an older French couple, both retired, and they had grandchildren of their own. They were not exceptionally affectionate, but helped me in the situation and made sure to check up on me after the fact. My second time getting sick in Paris was about 1 week out from my departure from Charles de Gaulle Airport to return to Newark Liberty. It was the middle of the night, December 9th. It was my first time ever getting food poisoning. Would not recommend. It was a terribly tragic evening, I'll tell you. It was terrible. The pain was so agonizing that I couldn't even tell my host family. I couldn't call or text anyone to tell them that I literally thought I was dying. I just sat on the bathroom floor, falling asleep on and off until I got the next rush of excruciating stomach pain. But by the morning, I was feeling disgusting, but luckily, I was able to eventually fall asleep in my bed as the pain had subsided. The next day, I walked myself to Monoprix, several blocks away from my homestay, and I bought a massive bottle of water and the driest crackers I could find. During the week to follow, leading up to my final day in Paris, I noticed that my ankles were getting slightly swollen by the evening, and I would have to elevate my feet on my bedpost. It was not a major concern for me, and those around me somewhat reassured me that I'm probably just dehydrated after being sick, and people can sometimes get reactionary arthritis from that, which I didn't know, so wall. That reasoning was as good as any, and I enjoyed the rest of my time abroad. I flew back to New Jersey on December 17th, and by this point, my ankles and feet were rather swollen. I would prop my feet up on the wall to drain the fluid, though my jeans didn't fit quite right, and my sneakers were snug and painful around my swollen feet. On December 26th, my mom and I flew to Chicago to visit my aunt on her birthday, who at the time was dying of cancer, liver and colon. On December 31st, I flew to Raleigh to spend New Year's Eve with my boyfriend and his family. I know you don't care about my travel agenda, but it will become relevant later, I assure you. I returned home on January 2nd, 2024, yay, Happy New Year, and with a very quick turnaround, I flew to Casablanca, Morocco on January 3rd. After this amount of traveling and nonstop activity, my feet, ankles, and legs were incredibly swollen and painful to the touch. I was a good sport, though, I think, and I held on to the idea that it was all due to the food poisoning back in the beginning of December. Throughout my 2.5 weeks in Morocco, I decided to stop wearing certain clothes I brought with me because they were too tight. My stomach was distended. I basically lost my appetite. I was having difficulty breathing, and I lost any sense of self-image that I had. I just didn't know why I felt so bad or what I even looked like. Wall. Upon my return home to the US, I went to see my physician so she could tell me what's up and try to figure out if I was just going to be swollen for the rest of my life or if there was something that could be done. Sorry, I have allergies. After answering all of her questions, she told me to go to the emergency room because she thought I had blood clots in my legs. She worried so much for me. She made me call my mom to pick me up and drive me there and told me not to walk around unnecessarily. At this time, my mom was not in the country, so I asked my Aunt Kathy, who is like a second mom to me, if she could drive me to the emergency room. I was scared. I was scared because I got to a point where I couldn't pretend like there was nothing wrong, since my doctor was obviously very concerned for me. To spare the really interesting details about my stay in the hospital, I will share a few highlights. First, my Aunt Kathy and Uncle John alternated staying with me in the ER every day. I had to sleep in the hallway for 2 days. I got a kidney biopsy, and I was able to watch a Harry Potter marathon in the room I was finally able to get into for the last few days of my stay in the hospital. So what was wrong with me? I have lupus nephritis. Wall. How do you feel? The nephrologist would ask me after giving me the news. I don't know, fine, I guess, would be the gist of my replies. Last spring semester 2024, I struggled to balance taking my new medications, redefining my self-image, reverse culture shock, a heavy course load, stepping into a new leadership position, and traveling back and forth to Chicago to visit my aunt. Wall. She passed away last March, and the dynamics of my family changed as well. Wall. On top of that, my loved ones didn't understand why I would get so tired doing a simple task, making it out to be an excuse for me not to do something. Wall. I was incapable of properly articulating how I was feeling mentally and physically. Wall. People made it seem like it was my fault for causing a flare-up because I wasn't sleeping enough or I was too stressed. Wall. Sorry for being a college student. Now you may be saying to yourself, Kiara, you're being so negative. Please stop. This is getting depressing. I understand. This is where the windows come in. When you tell people news about your health, it can be strangely comforting to know that they know someone else who has what you have. Several people I told would say, my sister has lupus, or I'm so sorry to hear that my mom has lupus. I wasn't alone, and I wasn't crazy for being scared. Window. The looks on their faces was confirmation enough for me to know I should be serious about it and not act like lupus isn't a big deal. This past December, I went to Disney World with my mom, my cousin, and my boyfriend, Brian. Walking around the Disney parks is exhausting for anyone, except for children under the age of 7. Each day of the trip, I would get to the point of exhaustion that I couldn't see straight and struggled to hold my body upright. I was so grateful to see the ways Brian would step up for me and, oh my gosh, would support me once the clock hit 4 p.m. Wait, I'm gonna restate that sentence because it's a good sentence. I was so grateful to see the ways Brian would step up for me and support me once the clock hit 4 p.m. and I started to fade quickly. His gentleness and patience was a surprising comfort and does not go without immense appreciation. Window. Within the last year, I've gotten better at knowing my limits. I played soccer growing up since I was 5 years old and all the way through high school. I'm a tough person, I'm a hard worker, and I push myself. In the past year, I've learned when not to push myself, and I've gotten better at saying, I don't feel well, I'm going to stop. If you're a competitive person, you might not know this, but you indeed can set boundaries and still be proud of yourself. Window. I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram, but several weeks ago, I re-downloaded the app and created an account called Find Joy in the Fatigue. I wanted to share my lupus journey, whatever that's supposed to mean. In the last year, I've never told my lupus story in as much detail or as comprehensively as this talk right now, but I wanted to create a space where I could tell people about my health and not be ashamed. I've struggled this past year to talk to people about my lupus diagnosis because I don't know that much about lupus, and I don't want it to become a part of my identity that I pretend doesn't exist. I want to help others with autoimmune diseases feel seen. I took the risk to be authentic, and I think it is just the beginning of my learning journey. Window. This talk. Window. I rambled a lot in this talk, but I want to leave you with one thing. Most things in life are never just a wall or just a window. It all depends on your perspective. If you turn your walls into windows, they become a lot lighter to carry. Thank you.